Hey, it's Matt from Gravity Forms. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about dynamic or conditional pricing based on date. And I'm going to put a simple example here. Basically booking, let's say, a golf tee time or selling a product or entry ticket into an event that might happen on a weekday versus a weekend. So for instance, if you're not familiar, if you golf during the week, it's a certain price. If you golf on the weekend, it's typically a higher price, more demand. People want to get out. They have time off. It's the weekend. So golf courses, country clubs are going to charge a bit more on the weekend. So how do we do that in Gravity Forms? How do we set up a product in Gravity Forms that will change pricing based on the day, Monday through Friday versus Saturday and Sunday? Well, thanks to our friends at Gravity Wiz. If you've not seen Gravity Wiz before, go to gravitywiz.com. They have a great tool set of additional Gravity Forms add-ons that help extend Gravity Forms to do some fun stuff like we're going to cover today. So they have two particular add-ons that I'm going to show off. The Gravity Forms Conditional Logic Date add-on and the Gravity Forms Conditional Pricing add-on. And if you've ever used conditional logic inside Gravity Forms, it's very similar to that. That's where all of this stuff sort of lives, and you can make those conditional changes on pricing based on the date. Let's go ahead and dive into our WordPress site, and we'll take a look at setting this stuff up. Okay, so we have a very straightforward, very simple form here, just to show as an example. You might have a first name, a last name, an email at the bare minimum when somebody's purchasing a product from you or a ticket or something like that on your Gravity Forms site. You can put in as many fields as you want here. The important thing that demonstrates our use case today is having the date field and the product field because we're going to change this pricing based on the day that the user selects. So you just drag in the date field like I have here. I have the product name. I should probably change that to golf. And this price is going to change. Now, you don't have to define anything here in this screen. You can leave the price at 0, but what you do want to set up is once you drag the product field over, you hit save, and this will bring in this conditional pricing setting under your Gravity Forms setting. So up at the top, we go settings, conditional pricing. And when we click on conditional pricing, it's going to bring us to the screen that I've already set up just to save us some time. But under conditional pricing, this is what the conditional pricing add-on from Gravity Wiz does for us. I have these two conditional statements. And I have, if I click on edit, I have all the days of the week. They use day merge tags in order to declare this stuff. So you can do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. If the date is any of these days, then the price of this product is going to be $45. And then same thing for the weekend. If it's Saturday or Sunday, then the price is going to be $65. You could also do, instead of listing out all the days in this example, if you didn't want to type all 7 in, which is just a couple minutes of time, you could do date is not Saturday or Sunday. And then you could set it up that way. I think this gives you some flexibility because maybe you want to target specific days and maybe you do want to just remove Wednesday and then add another Wednesday dynamic pricing in there that says, hey, if it's Wednesday, it's half off, right? There's different things you can play with when it comes to the conditional logic inside of Gravity Forms and inside of this particular Gravity Wiz perk. So once we save our conditional pricing, then we'll just test it out on the front end and just see what it looks like. So let's go to that form in the front end and test it out. So here we are in the front end of this form example. Again, first name, last name, email, super simple stuff. And to demonstrate this is also very simple. When we click on the date field, it's going to bring up the calendar option. And if we select a Tuesday, the price, as you can see, is $45. If we go back and select a Sunday, the price now adjusts to $65. And that's that sort of dynamic conditional logic saying, hey, if the user selects this weekday versus a weekend, we're going to change the price. And of course, this is just a very simple contact form here. You can start adding in, obviously, the payments to Stripe, PayPal, whatever your merchant of choice is, and then other things that you want to add to a form like this, probably quantity, max quantity, names of other golfers that you might be going with, or whatever your particular use case is. Obviously, you're going to fill out this form to be more robust for your particular situation. But the idea here is you saw that we set the conditional times for the weekdays versus the weekends, and we saw the price adjust. Now remember, that's those two add-ons, Gravity Forms Conditional Logic Dates and Conditional Pricing from Gravity Wiz. That's what helped us get to some fun things like that. And if you wanted to go in and edit the form to do other things with conditional logic, just to give you an example, there's other things you might want to do where you could bring in a message. If you're booking on the weekend, it comes with a free hot dog or whatever the thing is. You could bring that into play by doing, something like, we'll look for HTML. Select settings, conditional logic, and show this if the field is any. We'll do a date is Saturday. Date is Sunday. And then the content will be free hot dogs at the clubhouse for weekend golfers. We'll save that form. All right, let's take a look at the form now. We're just going to go and select on a weekend date. We'll pick that Sunday, and you'll see right there, there's the message, free hot dogs at the clubhouse for weekend golfers. Just really fun and powerful conditional logic is. It's an unsung hero for a lot of engaging contact forms. When customers come to us or I'm talking to people and they say, hey, I want to increase my conversion rate for my newsletter sign up or my donation forms. Conditional logic can really help you do that. You can show and hide fields as you're filling out the form so it doesn't feel as heavy or as technical if there's a lot of fields and data that you're capturing. And then you can make it fun and exciting to add in little messages like this based on what the user's inputting as they move through the contact form. So once again, Gravity Wiz has a bunch of fun things that'll help extend Gravity Forms for you. Like we talked about today, Gravity Forms Conditional Logic Dates and Conditional Pricing if you're looking to build out this type of form. Thanks for watching today's video. Thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to the channel if you want more. Don't forget to check out everything at gravityforms.com. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.